Flowers, no matter how beautiful, will eventually wither. Dreams exist when we are together. The evening breeze gently brushes my hair. In this lonely night, only I am left thinking of you.
The wind blows over the red rooftops. Your image blurs in my memory. A blue guitar lies beside the bed, strumming out fragile, powerless solitude.
The evening breeze gently stirs my longing. The scattered diary pages are memories of you. Recalling the past youth, where are you now? Are you, like me, lost in memories?
The neon lights of the night mask a lonely heart. The letters sent to you have lost their destination. Loving you can only remain in my heart, silently scripting a one-person monologue.
Raindrops scatter like blue tears. Listening, I hear the sound of you. In youthful recklessness, we didn't understand love. The old pond reflects someone's past.
The evening breeze gently stirs my longing, blowing through the memories of two people by the street. Fingers intertwined, kisses and breaths. Now, the scenery is missing you.
In the clear night sky, fireflies dance around the hem of a dress. Falling stars are dreams of you. Who is playing the melody of love? But for whom do I feel this heartache?
The evening breeze gently stirs my longing. The scattered diary pages are memories of you. Recalling the past youth, where are you now? Are you, like me, lost in memories?
The neon lights of the night mask a lonely heart. The letters sent to you have lost their destination. Loving you can only remain in my heart, silently scripting a one-person monologue. Every time this familiar melody plays, Emily's heart fills with an indescribable sadness, as if this song was tailor-made for her. Sitting in a roadside cafe, Emily's thoughts drift back to the early autumn a few years ago. Every time this familiar melody plays, Emily's heart fills with an indescribable sadness, as if this song was. Just when Emily thought she would never fall for anyone again, a boy named Steven suddenly barged into her world, catching her off guard. She knew this would be a love like a moth to a flame, coming fast and leaving just as quickly, so she wanted to cherish every moment with him.
Andrew, what are you doing today?
After waiting a long time without a reply, she guessed he was still asleep. Finding it boring to lie around, she got up, took her ID, and went to an internet cafe. Playing games made time fly. Just then, Andrew called, asking if she was free and if she wanted to go to Bitan Park with him.
Sure, I'll be there soon.
She hurried to catch a bus. When she arrived at the construction site, she called him out.
I'm still hungry, Andrew. Let's eat first.
You're right, Emily. Let's grab something nearby.
They found a nearby restaurant.
Did everyone else leave? Are you the only one left?
Yeah, just waiting for you. Now that you're here, we can go together.
After eating, they took a taxi to Bitan. Entering through the south gate and walking along the park path, they reached the roller skating rink.
I don't like crowds, Andrew.
Let's leave then. I'll call my friends to say goodbye.
Hand in hand, they strolled along the park path. The weather was particularly nice.
I want to ride the Ferris wheel too. Shall we go together?
Sure, let's go together.
Inside the small Ferris wheel cabin, they sat facing each other.
Look at all the greenery, Andrew. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
Whoa! You're blushing, so cute.
The Ferris wheel ride ended quickly. They reluctantly left the cabin.
Do you want some candied hawthorns?
Of course.
They bought 2 sticks, eating as they walked.
You like candied hawthorns too? Let's buy some whenever we see them.
Sure, we don't get them often back home. My family keeps bees, lots of them.
Wow! I love honey too. Can you bring me some next time?
Sure, as much as you want.
They quickly finished their candied hawthorns and walked out to the main road. Andrew hailed a taxi, and their destination was his construction site.
Shouldn't we say goodbye to them?
No need, they'll come back when they're done.
Back at the construction site, Emily cleaned the dormitory.
You're quite diligent. We're moving to a new site soon, so we didn't bother cleaning.
You should have said so earlier. Where are you moving to?
No idea yet. It's getting late, you should head home. I'll walk you to the bus stop. Emily, I really hope we can be together forever. I realize I really like you.
I like you too. But my mom doesn't like men who drink, she definitely won't agree.
I can't live without alcohol, it's my first love, then you, then my family. But if your mom doesn't agree, I can quit.
Hearing his words, Emily shook her head helplessly. She decided to take it one step at a time.
The bus is here. You should go, your mom will scold you if you're late.
Emily found a seat and waved goodbye to Andrew through the window. She was determined to love this boy. Emily's feelings for Andrew were akin to love at first sight. She thought about this on her way to find him. Receiving a call from Michael, who said he was leaving the city to handle some matters in the county, Emily hurried to see him off since he was departing directly from the construction site. Upon arriving at the destination, she headed straight to the dormitory but found it empty.
Where could Andrew and Michael be?
After asking around, Emily called Andrew and found he was out buying something at a nearby restaurant.
Okay, I'll find him there.
Halfway there, she ran into Michael.
Hey kid, where are you off to?
About to leave. Come on, see me off. I'll just catch a cab by the roadside.
Emily didn't know that Andrew had already returned to the dormitory, and his phone had run out of battery, making it impossible to call him. At the restaurant entrance, Emily looked around but couldn't see Andrew. After making several calls, she finally got through and learned he had already returned to the dormitory.
Don't you know I worry about you? Why are you running around aimlessly?
Calm down, Emily.
That day, they were notified of a site change, and everyone in the dormitory had packed their belongings, waiting for the assigned vehicle to pick them up. During the wait, Andrew bought 2 cases of beer to drink with the others in the dormitory. Emily sat on the bed near the door, ignoring him. Time passed, and suddenly, the sound of a car horn came from outside. The vehicle from the site had arrived to pick them up, parked just below the stairs. The boys in the dormitory started loading their luggage into the car. Michael wasn't there, so Andrew helped carry his luggage too. The new site was in East River Bay on the eastern second ring of M City. From the south to the east, it was a half-hour drive, making 2 trips to move most of the luggage. The new dormitory had no beds, so it seemed they couldn't stay there that night. Stephen had already planned where to go that night. He called Michael, told him the new site address, and learned that Michael was on his way back, asking him to come over once he returned. By this time, it was already evening. The others in the dormitory had gone to Bitan Park, and Andrew took Sophia away from the site, planning to have a drink at Tiangu KTV. Emily might never forget what happened that night. The scenes were like deep imprints in her mind, impossible to erase. Upon arriving at the KTV, the two entered a private room. Andrew ordered half a case of beer and started drinking alone since Emily didn't want to drink. She sat aside, singing the songs she had chosen. They entertained themselves separately until Michael pushed the door open, breaking the atmosphere.
You're so slow. I've already drunk half a case of beer waiting for you.
Sorry, I got held up.
Michael shrugged helplessly and ordered 2 more cases of beer. He and Andrew drank heartily, completely ignoring Emily's presence. When Emily finally pulled her attention away from the songs, she noticed the table was already piled with empty beer bottles. At this point, Andrew, swaying, got up and selected a song about brotherhood. He grabbed Michael with one hand and Emily with the other, standing face to face in front of the table.
We will be best brothers for life, always together, never apart.
Then, the 3 of them hugged tightly. Because of this, in the years to come, whenever Emily heard songs about brotherhood, she would feel a suffocating sadness. The promise to always be together, never apart, where had it gone now? After the hug, Andrew played some DJ dance tracks, and he and Michael started dancing in front of the big screen, like in a nightclub. Emily secretly recorded their dance on video. It was quite graceful. By the time Emily helped the 2 drunken men out of the KTV, it was completely dark.
Hey, you two, I'm going home now. Where are you going?
Going home so early? Come with us to Sun Moonstar. You've never been there, right? We'll show you around, but you can't go alone in the future.
After much persuasion, Emily finally agreed. Indeed, although it was quite dark, it wasn't too late yet, and the dance hall hadn't started operating. Sun Moonstar was on the 2nd floor of a billiard hall. Andrew seemed to know the owner well, greeting people as soon as he stepped inside. Emily wandered around the dance hall. She had never been to one before, and perhaps because it hadn't started operating yet, it didn't seem as fun as others had said. Andrew and Michael started playing billiards. Emily's mom began calling, urging her to come home. It was too late for a girl to be out, making her mom worried. After half an hour, Emily mentioned going home again to Andrew, and this time he didn't object. Outside the dance hall, standing by the roadside, traffic was sparse. After much effort, they hailed a taxi. Andrew insisted on seeing Emily off, so he and Michael got in the car together.
Today isn't a special day. Why did you drink so much? Where will you stay tonight?
I'm not drunk. We'll see. If not, I'll sleep on the street.
You are drunk. Just get a room with him.
I said I'm not drunk. Where I sleep is none of your business.
Ugh. I can't deal with you. Fine, don't talk, just rest for a bit.
No way! If you find me annoying, just break up with me. Then you'll be free.
Emily never expected Andrew to say that, and it hurt her deeply. It was the 6th day since they met, and she didn't expect his words to affect her so much. Emily didn't say anything more, holding back her tears. Due to a red light, the taxi stopped at an intersection. Andrew got out to take a call, and when he got back in, the driver scolded him for getting out, leading to an argument between Andrew and the driver. Emily couldn't calm them down. After crossing the intersection, the driver pulled over and told them to get out, refusing to take them any further. Andrew, looking furious, started arguing with the driver, and Emily couldn't pull him away. Michael also tried to mediate. Emily's mom kept calling, urging her to come home. Helpless, Emily gave Michael a few instructions and then hailed another taxi to rush home. Back home, Emily couldn't avoid her mom's scolding. She didn't sleep well all night, constantly trying to contact Michael to find out what happened, but couldn't reach him.
This autumn feels a bit chilly.
Sophia called Stephen early in the morning and learned he was at a hotel near the train station with Michael. She took a bus to their location.
Did you rest well? You look a bit worn out. Where are you headed?
Not bad. Come with me to the old construction site. We need to collect some unpaid wages. We couldn't get the money before, but today we must get it.
Andrew held her hand as they waited for a bus with Michael. On the way to the site, the three of them remained silent, each lost in their own thoughts.
Did I cause any trouble when I got tipsy yesterday? I can't remember.
No, you didn't.
You not only caused a scene, but you also ignored my advice and even talked about breaking up.
Did I really say that?
He looked at Emily in confusion, only to see her nodding firmly.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I said such hurtful things. It's my fault.
Seeing him apologize, Emily forgave him almost instantly. After arriving at the site, Andrew and Michael went inside to find someone, leaving Emily waiting at the entrance.
Where did everyone else from your dorm go? I haven't seen them.
They're at Bitan. Let's go there too.
Andrew, frustrated by not getting the money, walked ahead quickly, not caring if Michael could keep up. They met up with the others at the roller skating world in Bitan Park. There weren't many people playing there. Emily and Andrew spent a pleasant day together. Happy times always seem short, and as night fell, Emily reluctantly waved goodbye to Andrew. Every moment apart from Andrew, Emily missed him incessantly. She often complained about how quickly time passed, making their time together feel so brief. The next morning, Emily went to the hotel near the train station to find Andrew as usual. Strangely, Andrew ignored her, acting as if he didn't see her. Initially, Emily didn't think much of it and suggested they go out for breakfast. Andrew didn't move, only Michael accompanied her.
Are you planning to stay in the hotel for the next few days?
Yes. We'll move in once the dorm prepares a bed.
They chatted intermittently while having breakfast. Back at the hotel, Andrew still seemed indifferent, barely acknowledging her, which made Emily angry.
What's wrong with you? Why are you ignoring me?
I'm not ignoring you.
Emily said nothing more. Feeling bored in the hotel, Michael suggested going to Bitan, and the other two agreed. They went downstairs to wait for a bus, but it was too crowded. Growing impatient, Andrew hailed a taxi. Before getting in, he whispered something to Michael and then sat in the front seat alone. Emily felt something was off.
What's wrong with you? Why are you so cold to me?
I'm not. I'm talking to you, aren't I?
Emily felt uneasy, not knowing what she had done wrong to deserve such coldness. Tears began to fall. Seeing this, Michael silently pulled her close, letting her rest her head on his shoulder.
Don't cry. I'm really not ignoring you.
Emily felt deeply hurt. Had he grown tired of her after just a week together? Upon reaching their destination, the three walked into the park. Emily tried to hold Andrew's arm, but he shook her off. She didn't try again. At the roller skating world, Emily saw the other boys from their dorm. They were all there, but Emily didn't enjoy the day. There weren't many girls playing there, and although Andrew didn't pay attention to them, he also didn't acknowledge her. Emily stayed close to Michael, as he was the only familiar person besides Andrew. Since Andrew ignored her, she had no choice but to stay with Michael. This awkward situation lasted until noon. By then, a girl about their age had joined Andrew. She seemed to know the boys from the dorm well, likely from the same place. Emily wanted an explanation, even though she believed the girl had nothing to do with Andrew. Michael, sensing her thoughts, told her the girl was just a distant relative of one of the boys. But Emily's main concern was why Andrew had been so cold to her all day. Michael said nothing about that. As the sun set and the girl left, Andrew finally approached Emily.
I can tell you're unhappy. Is it because I ignored you?
Seeing Emily nod, he continued.
I was just testing if you truly care about me.
Emily was stunned. She had never considered this.
Is that necessary? Can't you tell from our time together?
Isn't it necessary? When I'm not with you, you end up in someone else's arms.
Andrew said, glancing at Michael. Emily was speechless. Besides Andrew, Michael was the person she knew best. If she didn't turn to Michael, she'd be all alone. Michael stood not far from them. It was getting late, so Andrew took Emily home, promising never to act that way again.
I just want to be with you, forever, without ever parting.
Everyone faces their own trials. That person can make you laugh or cry with a mere gesture, leaving you powerless, watching yourself fall deeper into their world. For Emily, Andrew was that trial. From then on, they spent almost every day together, cherishing their happy moments. Next door, a boy named Chris became friends with Stephen. As fellow townsmen, they quickly bonded. One day, Chris asked Emily for her QQ number. Without thinking, she gave it to him. When Andrew found out, he was jealous.
You've known Chris for just a few days, and you gave him your contact info? Do you want to be with him?
Seeing Andrew's adorable, pouty face, Emily couldn't help but laugh.
Of course not. I only gave it to him because you did. What are you thinking? I gave it to him, but we don't chat.
Oof. From now on, you're not allowed to contact any guys other than me. Otherwise, I'll be upset. Oh, except for Michael. He's my childhood friend.
Okay, I promise.
Emily agreed to all of Andrew's requests unconditionally. Since meeting him, she had almost cut off contact with all her male friends and even rarely contacted her close girlfriends, because her heart was filled with Andrew, leaving no room for anyone else.